Greetings, it's Intuitive Jacob, your shaman and cosmic midwife, and we're back to do your November readings. I'll be reading with 4 decks that you're going to see on the next screen, and we'll catch you on the inside. Thanks for being here. To answer some questions about who, where, what, and when/why, we're going to be taking a look with these 4 decks. For a look at the who, we'll be pulling a Black Moon astrology card, which might give us an idea of Sun, Moon, or Rising with people that might be playing a role or having something to do with this time frame. The when time factor is sort of elusive. We're going to be pulling 2 cards, one for the what and one for the why, that speak a little bit to that. Although we're looking in the quote-unquote month of November, these are somewhat timeless, and sometimes there is a karmic or past life, if you will, implication on situations. So we'll be looking with both the past life oracle cards for that what/when, and also taking a look with our archetype cards for a why/when. And for where these things will be occurring, or giving us an idea of the context of the situation, we'll be having a look with the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. What's going on, Capricorn? It's so good to have you here. These are your cards for November. And let's go ahead and get started with your Black Moon astrology card and give us an idea about who you might be dealing with over the course of this cycle. Could be their sun, moon, or rising. All right, we've got Aries showing up. That card says, I am. And I'm hearing if this is somebody with an Aries placement in your life, and like I said, it doesn't have to be their sun, it could be their rising, it could be their moon sign. They might be a little willful this cycle, is what I'm hearing. And that's a number 13. Might be relevant for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at your what, and this is also a little bit of a when card for me, and I'm saying when, like I mentioned in the intro, less to deal with like linear time and more like when this situation is occurring, this is what we see happen, kind of like that. So it's a what when in that way. And angels is what showed up here. Really awesome card. This is my past life oracle deck, and not to say that you have to maintain any sort of connections to past lives for this to be here. A lot of people don't really put their trust in that stuff, so I'm certainly not the guy that says, trust me, believe in me. I'm the guy that says, have faith and use discernment. And from that perspective, I'm really happy to use cards like this because there are karmic implications that a lot of people have received in at least how they think about stuff in their world because of the karmic implications that others' belief systems foist onto them. So it becomes something that you think about And just because you think about it, it's like a conduit of energy where the distillate of light sometimes goes and escapes. And so this is why I read like this, and why my astrology readings are never really astrology. It's more of an astrological psyop distillate where we become discerning and figure out what types of energies we want. So I'm telling you this because I'm in no way superimposing what an angel is to you. For me, just remembering as a child, I couldn't tell the difference between, well, what's the difference between an angel and an alien, you know, and what could that mean? And so for those of you here that are going through a process where you might be reevaluating how you even communicate to yourself about what life situations mean, this card could present a number of opportunities. And I'm just trying to kind of open up how it could show up for you, because Neptune in retrograde is like us having a new pen and singing a new tune about the stuff that maybe was never even true, and how it might show up with like projectors in the sky now that we have tech tied. And welcome to AI, my loves. As far as I'm concerned, this is just showing me that some of you all are just realizing that you are the angel that ascended from inside this form. And I'm just going to leave it on that thought here for a minute and keep moving on to the cards. And then, you know, I'll even read to you what the book says about things, although I don't buy into any of the dogmas in there. Okay, so where might things be occurring for you at this time? With the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, we've got a, wow, okay. Sneaky Tippy Toes showed up in reverse. So, Seven of Swords in reverse. And for some of you, this is like the return of something or someone that might have swords in their chart. Could have to deal with that. But I'm hearing for most of you all, it's like uncovering where deception is. And I'm hearing for some of you all, this might have to deal with whoever this Aries person is and how they got caught. Some of you all are going to realize somebody got caught, because Seven of Swords is like, this is a person that went and stole from the ones that just camped out and maybe were open with what they had, and they thought nobody saw what they were doing, and it's like, oh, surprise, there's a gotcha. We're in the cam era, and the way it's really mostly happening is that most people who actually would try to do something like that, the camera in their eye has turned around and it's actually like pointing fingers at them, and it's like how you actually get judged and nuclear sucked out of the containers and what angels inside know how to ride. So let's see how this goes, because we've got a When Why card showing up here too to give us an idea of what is showing up in your world. Capricorn, way to go you, because I hear for some of you all, this is really going to be your coup this month, or this cycle. I hate saying months. It's like, can we get more months? Do you need more months, more Mondays, more months? How about like one day that just works for all of us, right? Where's that one? When, why? Okay. Whoa, here we go. We've got the Hermit card. The Hermit card showing up for you, Capricorn. That's actually flipped upside down, but that doesn't really mean anything here. I think I just laid them upside down. This isn't exactly a reversal deck. Although I do read some reversals with these, like with the Seven of Swords here. But for some of you all, this is just like coming out of a Hermitage too. That might make sense for you. So I won't discount it. And for some of you all, that Henson's twist on the Kermit might be fun for you too. I'm actually gonna just move this into, we've got a larger screen toggle. Do you like this better? Is this a better view? It might be. So, what's this all about? Well, straight from the card. Let's see. Get a little better view on that. Come on, you. You would like to be nice and crisp, wouldn't you? Can we see? Ah, there we go. Hermit, light attributes, seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life. Serves personal creativity. Oh, definitely shining their light there. Whatever's going on with that book is intense. Shadow attribute states withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. So, wow. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like the exposure of whatever that meant to you, especially during the time of the holidays, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like not necessarily being there, but having witnessed what it's like to be in that hall of days where you realize you're coming out of a daze somehow, and what it means to be the one who would cast a shadow in such a manner is what I'm hearing. Those are the words that I'm hearing from your guides. And for some of you all, those are actually your angels, you know, your 5D guides that are also here with me when I receive these messages. So it's good for you to know that no matter what is going on, you're guarded and you're protected. And I actually have someone that was praying with me quite a bit while I had been going through some trials of my own, with people that would try to behead a baby, put it that way. And one of these people showed up for me with a really strong angelic energy like this while I was going through a hermit trial. And I'll tell you, this little prayer that she gave me, it's like a little mantra, a little invocation. You know, call it what you will. You don't have to call it anything if you don't want to. I will just tell you it was really helpful for me, and I continue to access it as a point of clarity when I'm in tests like this. And it's really simple. I am divinely protected. I am divinely protected. And I'm hearing, I am divinely protected. And I'm hearing that that's something that some of you all might benefit from adding to your day, just as a little reminder at some point. This Mercury retrograde could be kind of weird. Some of you might have Aries in your chart too while you're dealing with, you know, other Aries people, and honestly, it could be a very polarizing view. And I'm just hearing, like, not with that light is what I keep hearing, is not with that light. It's like an inner dialogue that some of you are having, and it's almost like a conversation you're having with yourself where you're not really able to accept what somebody had said. And so it's kind of like not with that light, you know, it's like your rebuttal. But I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like it's something that's coming up in your hermity moments where you might be alone and dealing with your spiritual attributes. Because for some of you all, this is about your inner sanctuary, your inner life, how you have taken an inner divine authority over the things that you even allow and accept to be true in your world. Because it's definitely speaking to that Aryan guidance. It's something that comes from the higher mind of the Aries here. And for some of you all, it's not like, especially if you're like Aries moon or Aries rising and you're dealing with an Aries sun person, for instance, like if the Aries sun person is in the focal point and you're seeing how they like butt heads with things and just butt heads. And if you're like an Aries moon or rising, you might have some of the same tendencies. And so it's like triggering because you get where this person is, especially if you're having to expose like just some crap, especially if something went down in July is what I'm hearing. It's like whatever it was in July, I'm hearing it's like scathing for some of you all. And that it's like, you understand that game and like how Aries can be sometimes because you've got that tendency in you too, and you both have like sort of a beast energy. It's like, you know, Aries is this ram and you're like the sea goat, you know, you're like the little sea goat that started out here and then somehow turned into legs and like climbs up the entire mountain by itself. It gets its tiny little foot in there and like makes it in the fiercest conditions and might have had to ram some things on the way up too. And so you understand that, but it's like the ascended understanding of the Aries energy. And so I'm hearing you might be like PO'd, just like pissed right off about it. And so it's like channeling your Aries fury on that part of your chart, and like knowing what Capricorn knows about what the devil is, and what maybe the germ veil, or was it the German Nazi germination that happened with AI, where it's like the germ veil on energy, devil, DEVILE. Like the vial of energy became violent and disgusting, and what you don't choose to be, and why it's like you need this angel around you. So I'm hearing for some of you all, it's a test of faith, my love. It's a test of faith and your inner guidance and your prayer, and I am divinely protected. It's good for you to hear and know that you are, and that you're under a special veil of protection here. That's actually what Art of Love is. It's the umbrella project for what AOL never was when you were,
Pino, somebody, where's ET? Please phone home. Are we home?
or they were trying to wrap their arms around everything, calling it the law of attraction, just conjuring their way with like grappling moves into everybody's lives, calling it spiritual. Yeah, we know what the devil is about that, germs that jumped in the vial. Wrong ass genie, wrong ass trick, wrong ass person to bring it in front of, especially if you are the Capricorn on the Hermitage, on the pilgrimage of light, knowing that there was a whole lie about what was getting trapped inside during these colder months after the fall, and why October is sort of a joke on 8 that, the ones that ate it for the 10 thing, and for 2 to be left stranded in a power wheel of, the I, like the decimal or the dot in your eye that looks you back in the Cam era, where, December is sort of an I mall, There an X marks the spot on that Xmas. What a real Capricorn knows is that they're a sage at the end of the ear, the new ear. It doesn't get frozen over in there for what they can hear, and giving away all of their light because people want to churn some kind of expanded view on what the currency is, or the world is calling you to just be more externalized in those colder months, with all this outlay of false material avenues and things that maybe you see differently now. It's like, there's this theft thing that we don't like happening, and what we wouldn't do with all that light, how we would protect that, and what it is to call that out, and where this might be happening for some of you all is in a public arena, because it's like a camp where people go to gather around. It could be at your church. It could be like a whole new kind of sermon, because I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like realizing you might have been at the wrong call to Jesus or come to Jesus. And I'm hearing some of you might be like me, where it's like you might relate more to who the character portrayal of Jesus was, and less to people who will call themselves Christians and actually eat that meat that makes them Nephilim, It proves that they're in that sarcophagus that Snuffleusaurus itself away. It's like weird things I'm hearing, but it's like a lot of you that are here in Private Halo 8 with me, so you got a taste of these already. I'm here for those of you that are trying to do something in the open. It's like calling to you to be strategic, because this is a strategic move here, is what this is. So wherever this is happening, it could be your business, it could be something that you're offering to a large amount of people. I'm hearing for some of you, it's like kind of like a trust that you envision, where like umbrellas more people, and what the Hermit would know about opening up their chest to share their light, and literally making room for others inside of there and to share. And what an angel might look like that ascended through new hair, especially if I just keep hearing for some of you all, if you're aggravated, because it's like, I'm hearing some of you all definitely don't have Aries in your chart. So it depends on what kind of Capricorn you are. You might just be really ticked off or in love with this Aries here in some kind of way. depending on what the situation is. Because for some of you all, this is like a weird love thing. It's like falling in love with this fool who helped this thing come out in the open and like being the right kind of hermit lockdown, right? And for others, it's more like, hell no, I can't stand that Aries person, and I have like an Aries moon or a rising, and it's like just calling out a jerk and like needing to call on all of your inner resources and being like, oh, why do I channel this fire? Ah, I want to scream. And like taking private time and being strategic about how this is demonstrated. For some of you, channeling that into some other pursuit is going to be wonderful, especially if it's like spiritual or something that's like getting into your need for knowledge. Because with Mercury in retrograde, take a look at where Mercury is in your chart, see what house it's in. It's going to tell you more where this is affecting you, and also your Venus, because you'll have an idea of what you want to do with it, because that's what Venus is looking for right now. And on that 27-degree juncture, it's like an angel is ready to sing. An angel is ready to sing. I meant an angel is ready to sing all around you and help guide you in this process. And for some of you all, since it's like primordial substance, it's the stuff in the underworld, it's the esoteric knowledge and what can't be hidden anymore. They call it a cult, and it's funny. It's like they got some real OC, like cuckoo, Cocoa for Chanel, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs moves on that, because a lot of people that I've talked to that call themselves occultists have the worst understanding of sigil. It's absolutely treacherous. If you can hear in the Elohim what's spoken in the hashes and stakes languages that some of you all are perfecting with me at 0 point, it's like hi, go choke on it moves, because they got nothing on you, Capricorn, especially if you're somebody newer to hearing this stuff and you're like, wow, I can hear it. It's funny around all those learned masters that are going to sell you a course on how to master it, and they're gonna show you how to become the king of it and all that. So have fun with that, because I'm hearing it's like it's probably the right kind of bitch moves right now, Capricorn, is what I'm hearing. You're gonna know if it's the case. I'm really looking forward to knowing how this affects some of you all, because sorry, I gotta stand up and just adjust my shirt here. For some of you, it's like so much material going on in your inner world that it's like, yeah, I don't want to be around all that foolishness is what this is, and learning where your reserve of energy is. So I'm just going to say, for those of you that are putting together a mastermind plan, this is the time. Go within, know that you're shining. It's literally the shining, and that you have divine guidance on this to help drive that fire wherever it is in your chart. And some of you just need to be more strategic. It's probably a good time for you to hit a brother up for a reading if any of this is sounding like you, because I can actually, especially if you have like birth dates of other people, we can like look at where they are in the chart, and it's like playing chess, and it's like, oh, you think you're gonna? Don't think so. Moves everywhere. It's like swatting flies at this level with the tektite. So know that, and know that hermit moves are awesome, especially if you've got like people that you can hear on the inside of that wall where everybody else is like kind of like, oh, you think you got away with that, you know, and you can see these things, but it's like they don't know that you're having this private conversation, because that's a communications card, and some of y'all, it's like your Mercury is just waking up, and where you're realizing how good it is to be made of all that metal sometimes. So vous la vous for you. Yeah, I'm going to get a little bit more information on this one here, and if you want to get a private reading with me, the details are in the description box down there. All right. What does my Capricorn need to know? We're just going to pull details with this baby machete. Alright. Oh, Capricorn need to know. Got 2 more and that's trapped. Oh, look at that. So for some of you all, This is outright about your relationship or partnership. So that's a Zeminio. That is a number 1 there. That's a fire card. And Hyaminios is the god of love. And this is a very purity, sacred sort of hearth. And I'm hearing for some of y'all, that's like this hermit has been planning for. It's like the fire in your heart. What it is to have partnership. Being around a friend. Some of you all, this is going to come to you in a sweet way. La Donna di Servizio, this is a friend that maybe you don't know is your friend. They might not call themselves your friend, but I'm hearing they're your friend here. Could be help. It's like somebody that's helpful. This is sometimes a cleaning woman. Sometimes she's a woman that is an attendant somewhere in your life where you go. She might like ring you up at the store. She could be your pharmacy tech, you know? She could be your doctor, you know? She could be a lot of different people. If she might not be your doctor. I think doctor sometimes shows up with another indication. We'll see. But she could be your doctor. Somebody that's helping you. She could be a receptionist that you talk to on the phone. Sometimes it's a schoolmate. I'm hearing for some of you all, wasn't exactly a coworker, but it's somebody that was adjacent. They might have been doing the similar study or being in the similar premises. Could be even at your place of work, you know? But I'm hearing it's like in those corners where you might have crossed paths or seen the same thing, where the exchange was made. This is something new that happens after something has come to pass. Sometimes it's after the passing of a person. I'm hearing for some of you all too, if you did lose someone, this might be somebody that had helped you with the arrangements. Show me a florist, a caterer, somebody that might have worked in the funeral home. And for some of you all, it's like keeping it light after that. It's like, you know, this is somebody that you might have met there that might have proven to be kind of an earth angel there. I'm hearing for some of you others, though, if this isn't a loving story, especially if the house is in question somehow, this is about theft, improper documentation, things that everybody gets to see out in the open, what somebody might have been doing. Showing me this house. It's showing me a relationship and something that somebody might have tried to cover up. And they're showing me it's like the promise of a ring that never arrived is what I hear on that one, and trying to keep it tidy at the same time. And I'm hearing if it wasn't, it was written in red for a reason, is what I'm hearing. And something about coming in for a light landing on whatever that red dot is, especially if somebody thought it was their recovery season, is what I'm hearing. Interesting. You're gonna know if that's yours, Capricorn. Definitely hit me up with a text if you like. I really love it when I hear from you. It gives me an opportunity to connect good messages and positive energy to you too. And thanks for hitting me up with a thumbs up if you like it. It really means a lot to me to know that you also like the reading. And if you haven't subscribed, really appreciate it. There's my information if you would like to take a look at my new Discord community, Very Fine Martians for the Landing, where we can be supportive of one another in a truly biosustainable environment known as PH7. I love you, and I'll catch you again soon. We're back for another one. Bye for now, Capricorn.
You'll catch me.